So let's get into the draft.
Oh
and
man.
who do you have going number
we
one?
all on the same channel, bro.
This is great. Who do you have going number one? And why do you have this person going number one over X player next?
That's a good question.
Well, like I do think either like Jabari or Chet's going number one, but I think Paolo Banchero and Jaden Ivey are on their own tier above everybody else. Then I think tier below them is probably Chet. Then I think a tier below that is probably like Jabari.
You said Paolo first? My bad.
Yeah, Paolo and Jaden Ivey are first.
That's a new name I'm starting to hear.
The big reason is because if you look at the NBA, right? You look at the NBA, you see the two prime positions in the league. You have your elite guard, right? Your Donovan Mitchells, your Steph Currys, your Dames, right? Those guys who could just hit you at a high level day in, day out type of like they can carry your franchise. Then you have your point forward. You have your Lukas. You have your Kawhis, your Giannis, your KDs, the guys who are big enough to pretty much guard the 1 through 4, the 5 possibly, if you're going like small ball. Guys who could just like plug and play wherever. You know what I mean? So comes down to Paolo is that point forward type, and then Ivy is that like electric guard who can carry your franchise. And I don't see anybody else who like really like fits that mold, honestly.
But you don't think with a lot of the big play that we have right now with the Embiids and Jokic's, and when a lot of these young guys coming in, your Chets, Nikola Jovic, is that what his name is? Nikola Jovic?
Nikola Jovic is probably going to go late first, early second.
Still, I feel like he's gonna. I feel like he's gonna exceed expectations for a lot of people, though.
I thought that was a made-up person in 2K. Oh shit!
Nikola Jovic. It's the exact same name except the K and the V are swapped.
Okay.
He's like a small forward type. He's all right.
Isn't he like 6'10"? He's 6'10", right?
He's about 6'10", 6'11", yeah.
How old is he? 20?
I don't know, like 19.
Oh, there's a good chance he still might get another inch or two, maybe a late little extra inch or two or whatever. But guys like him and Wembanyama coming in next year, do you not? I've been telling people for the past couple of years, well, a year or two, it's going to be a shift in play and what we perceive as the most dominant players, and I think bigs might take the forefront of that with how versatile and impactful they can be. When Wembanyama, he's really going to spearhead it, come in and be able to do everything. You already have Jokic, and Embiid's already first, second best big. Yeah. You don't think these guys can be like evolutionary type thing? Like we're seeing a dawn of a new era in the NBA.
I mean, I don't think this is the draft for that. I think
you don't think Chet fits that
next year. I don't think he's so frail, bro. Like his shoulders are so narrow, and I am very I'm very conscious of guys who doesn't look like they could put on weight. You know, when Giannis came into the league, he was skinny, but he had broad shoulders, so you could tell that he could put on weight. Jabari Smith, a little skinny, but broad shoulders. Looks like he can put on some weight. Chet, I don't know.
Okay. And I had second question. Am I wild for thinking some team is going to buy in the first 5 picks? Some team is going to really mess up the mock drafts and the flow of how things should go, and B, that the Kings are really going to take Keegan Murray and Jaden Ivey is going to go to the Pistons, and they finally have a replacement for Killian Hayes.
Oh man, Killian Hayes.
That'll be crazy.
I feel like that's what's going to happen. Like the first 3 is probably going to go predictable, but
I also feel that like the Kings may trade that for. They may trade that for. I heard they haven't worked out anybody in the top 10. Like I think Jeremy Sohan is like the highest ranked dude that they've worked out. I don't know what they're doing over there, bro.
That's screaming they're trading them.
It's crazy.
That's screaming they're trading down though. That's a big sign they're trading down.
Let me ask you, dang, we're most underrated and most overrated prospect in this draft class to you?
Yeah, we need our Cam
Most
Thomas.
underrated. Oh man.
Fuck. All right, back.
Most underrated. Jaden Hardy.
Okay.
I've heard that.
That's
name.
fair.
Jaden
I've
Hardy.
never heard
He
the
went
name.
to the G League and he was pretty inefficient, but there were some things going on with the G League this year that could have hampered some of his growth and development. So Jaden Hardy was like a top 3 looking at
Prospect, yeah.
coming into this year. Went to the G and his stock dropped quite a bit. So I'm gonna go with him as the most underrated. Most overrated is Jabari Smith, in my opinion.
Damn, I've heard that name a lot. I was gonna bring him up.
Agree. I think
I've heard
Jabari
that name a
Smith is
ton.
like
He's
he's a
changed quite
cool,
light.
yeah, he's a cool
Dang.
fit guy. He's a cool fit guy, but other than that, don't ever ask him to put the ball on the floor. Because you're not
He'll
gonna
always
get
be an
anything out
off-ball
of that.
cat. Like he's always gonna be an off-ball guy, bro. Like
Yeah.
you can't draft, in my opinion, you can't draft an off-ball player top 5.
I understand. I agree.
You know
I
what
I
agree.
feel like it depends on what college.
Yeah.
So,
I'll be the
just
one.
just to clarify, you think Jaden Ivey is the second most, or even arguably the most talented player in the draft class?
Paolo Banchero and Jane Ivey are like neck and neck for this.
Mm-hmm.
What
Jaden
about-
Ivey is like jaw light. Like he's
John
super
Moran
jaw
Jr.
light.
Nah, he's more like Donovan Mitchell. Like he's more Donovan Mitchell with more burst. I don't like the jaw comp because like jaw is not shooting off of double and triple stagger screens, like coming off a screen and turning and shooting it. Like Jaw's not doing that. Jaw's not doing any like off ball stuff to get a shot off, and that's why I see him more as like a Donovan Mitchell, like a sober Steve Francis. You know, he's very
Over Steve Francis. It's crazy. That's crazy.
like,
Just
he's
tell you that
very
right now.
he's very electric. He's electric. Him in space is going to be scary. It's going to be real scary. That's why I have him in the my top 2. He's probably not going to go top 2, but I think if we were to redraft in like 2-3 years, I think they're going to be like, yo, they took him over Jaden Ivey, bro.
Okay, so what makes you not say Shaden Sharp?
Because nobody knows who he is. Like, you know, the last I've watched, he has 14 games up that I've watched publicly. The dude is uninterested in defense. He can't really get separation. Crazy athlete. Doesn't have a great handle. And despite being a bigger guard, good athlete, he doesn't really get separation on his shot. Now he does hit tough jumpers. But you can't make a living off of trying to be DeMar DeRozan. Like DeMar DeRozan is very special for what he can do. Like if you're trying to do what he's trying to do, a lot of dudes are gonna fail.
Yeah.
Are you staying away from him if you're a GM then?
I think if you can grab him between like 6 and 8, I think you take that risk because that's what the lottery is for. Especially if you're a team with absolutely no expectations in the next year or two. I think you take a good swing and hope for the best.
Let me ask, do you think
Jalen Duren, bro?
Yeah, I was about to ask.
Jalen Duren's like, okay, look. He's 6'11". He's 6'11", about 250. He's gonna be 8. He's 18 years old until end of November. Like he's so young. He's 1 month away from not being eligible in this draft class. But he's built like a grown man. Really good passer. Can hit you with sigma, little like inside pivot. You can feed him the ball in the post and expect him to do something positive. Like opposite of Mark Williams, who you're not going to feed in the post. You're going to trust him to be more of like a pick and roll rim diver, like a Clint Capella. So like those, I've seen people try to like compare those two, but those are two different types of bigs. But Jalen Duren's okay. I mean, you're looking at someone who has tremendous upside, man.
But do you see him? I was going to ask, do you see him sliding in his draft? Because I honestly think somebody might. I think he might slide a little bit.
If him and Mark Williams slide, it's because teams are getting wise to the fact that the center position is is the least valued position right now. If you look at how the playoffs went, like it was what, Kevon Looney versus Al Horford. You know what I mean? Like, and those aren't really bigs. Those are just power forwards playing the five
playing
spot.
big, yeah.
You know what I mean? So those true bigs, like they're not pushing franchises to the Eastern Conference Finals. They're not getting them to become an actual contender. Like guys like Jokic and like Embiid, those are the only bigs who like have true value. Even Rudy Gobert, remember last year, Terrence Mann was chopping that dude up. You know what I mean? The Clips went small ball with basically 5 small forwards, and because Rudy Gobert could not counter at 7-3 on the other end, that takes his value all the way down, even though he's a very good defender. The 5 spot is at a super low value right now with how the game is going.
I do, if we have some time, I want to circle back because there's a guy, Patrick Baldwin, he's getting some crazy comparisons. And I want to circle back because the last time you were here, we talked about him.
Thanks for watching. Let's keep it a buck. If you like that clip, go ahead, check out this video right here on your screen, and we'll catch you on the next one.